All right, guys, today in front of me from K.Luke, we have their Toasted Barrel Bourbon. This is their batch number 3. Comes in at 118.8 proof. Again, being distilled in Kentucky and Indiana, utilizing high and low rye mash bills. I really like the number 2. I do want to see how this compares to that. So with that being said, let's get in the nose. Yeah, a lot of really nice toasty kind of marshmallow notes on this one. Nice caramel. A lot more vanilla than I remember being on batch number 2. But further into the glass, you do start to pull out a little more of that toasty kind of oak influence. There is a fruitiness to it, but I feel like it's kind of being masked by the sweetness of that caramel vanilla and then some of those kind of toasty marshmallow notes. But it's still there. I'm really trying to come through. So maybe as this opens up a little bit more, I'll be able to kind of pull out what fruit that may be. But really nice, inviting nose, very sweet. This almost reminds me of like on the nose, like something you would sit out by like a campfire with. Enough talk on the nose, guys. Get in the palate. Cheers. See, now there's that fruitiness that I was getting on the nose. Mid palate, front to mid palate, it's like a red fruit, almost like an apple, maybe kind of apple, maybe a raspberry, a little bit, maybe a mixture of both. Definitely that red fruit influence there. But then, like towards the mid and back of the palate, you kind of get a like toasted kind of graham cracker, if you will. And the end of the back, the spiciness from some of that rye really kind of opens up there on the center and the back of the palate, making it feel again more along the lines of like a high rye. A really nice finish though on this one. A lot of the flavors kind of pulling down, again like a white peppery kind of finish on this one, as it's pulling some of those other kind of the flavors down, like that graham cracker, a little bit of some honey there. And then, but it's kind of like a toasted kind of graham cracker with all that being pulled down. It's still that spiciness, that bite is still kind of there on the center of the palate. Really nice first sip. Let's get a second one. Cheers. This is, I think we took it up a notch on this one. This really kind of gives me these fall vibes. Again, being out by like a fire pit, nice kind of crisp, cool weather. This is really kind of pulling me in that kind of direction. Again, front and mid of the palate, those red fruits kind of expand and open up. Not hit with so much of that spiciness there on the center of the palate. You do get some of that kind of like that toasted kind of oak, but that's where that graham cracker and some of that honey kind of start to kind of pull in. And then that white peppery kind of finish is still kind of pulling a lot of those flavors down, like that honey kind of graham cracker, toasted kind of oak, slowly kind of pulling down. This is a really, really nice whiskey. I'm really liking it. Last sip, guys. Cheers. Yeah, even on that last sip, I'm still getting that red fruit influence. Again, it's like an apple kind of mixed with the raspberry there on the front mid palate. Middle of the palate now, that heat is kind of gone. It's drinking true to its proof. It was drinking a little hotter on that first sip. But again, that honey kind of graham cracker that's kind of toasted a little bit with some of that oak. And then into the back, it's actually kind of dragging some of those red fruits across the center of the palate and into the back. They're not all the way through the finish, but that's kind of where that peppery finish is kind of pulling through. Really nice batch here by K.Luke. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. I want to give a big shout out to the team over at K.Luke for supplying with the sample here to review on the channel. Guys, if I could say one thing about this whiskey, it's bringing the fall vibes here. This is definitely a whiskey I would like to sit outside with by a campfire with some friends and kind of sip along and enjoy. See how this thing opens up. This was freshly cracked. My first time getting into it. I actually really enjoyed it. Nice mouthfeel, really nice flavors. Again, I liked batch number 2, but I think this batch number 3 took a step up, a little elevated and right where I was hoping it would be. If you guys are looking for more reviews like this, hit that subscribe button, bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You can also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. So next time, guys, stay dusty.